AirTable, the planner. All right, so you logged in with your proper login. Here we are logged in as Balgal, and we have the planner interface, and we are going to have a look at it in more details. At the top, we have the filtering boxes, that's allowing us to only see what we want to see. And below this, we have the list of all the activities that are in your plan. Coming from your healthy country plan, we have all this information here. A lot of information, very, very useful for you to have a look at what you've done, what has to be done, and get some information about what these activities are about, and so on. So before we go into the filtering, let's have a look at the information available for each activity. The first one is a button. Okay, if you want to schedule this activity for a specific day, you just click on schedule and it will open a new tab for you, and you'll be able to enter this information, select when do you want this activity to happen, or who's going to do what, and so on. Then the quarter telling you for this specific quarter, quarter one, what the information is about for this activity. How many times do we have to do this activity, and so on. The result chain, so this activity is part of the biosecurity result chain or roadmap. And if I scroll to the right, I can then, if you can scroll to the right with your mouse directly, you probably have to go down here and move this like that with a bar. With a laptop, I can use 3 fingers going at the same time, and you can see and going left and right. Oh, wrong one. Let's go back. Here I can use 2 fingers, go left and right. So let's stick to participate in coastal surveillance for NAQUIS. If I keep on scrolling here, and I'm going right to the end, there are interesting columns here. List for quarter, the resources, frequency, duration, and so on. Let's start with the frequency. The frequency is that for this quarter, we have decided that we should do this activity once. So frequency is 1. It could be 1, 2, 3, 10 times. And it's all based on the workshop we had, and we've decided, okay, how many times do we have to do this activity for this quarter, with who should be doing this activity if we want to achieve our goals. So for this one, we need to do that once per quarter. And the duration is 1 day. Okay, that's good information. At the same time, we have some information about, okay, in this quarter, how many times this activity is already scheduled, active, or complete, and cancel, and so on. For this one, none of this is present, but we could see it has been scheduled once, been completed one, or is active, and so on. Okay, and so then we can then look at what is left for this quarter. It's numbers telling us, okay, we still have to do this activity once. How do we get this number? Frequency minus any of this stuff. So if we have this activity scheduled 1, frequency 1 minus 1 is 0, left for quarter is 0, we will not see this line. We will go into more details, and you will see how that works in another video. But for now, that's the information that you have access in the list. Then we have the resource. We said, okay, who should be involved in this activity? And you can filter through this. We know for this activity, we need the senior rangers, and the ranger coordinator. Sometimes you will need some other people to do this activity. It could be someone going to provide some training from Darwin. It could be your regional coordinator. It could be your manager. It's really good information. And finally, we have the detail. If you want a bit more information, and we keep on working on this, about more details about what it is, if it's unclear, you will have some information in the details column. Okay, so that's what you can see in this information in the list. Now let's work on the filtering. So the first thing you will do when you start to do some planning or some scheduling, you will say, oh, I want to plan for a specific quarter, because this list is really big, and I need to make this smaller to find out what I'm after. So I'm going to click on the plus for quarter as any of, and I'm planning for quarter 1, 2024-25, because we're in July. Certainly, as you can see, this list is much smaller. That is much easier. That's everything that I haven't finished yet, that I still have some numbers left for the quarter, and I have to do more before they can go. As soon as I click schedule and I'm scheduling one of these activity for this quarter, this number going to go from 1 to 0 and it will be gone. Then I have if I know the activities that I'm after, I can click on the activities contain, and that will kind of look into the activity name. So if I'm looking for, let's say, participate, I can just start this. I will have it will show me all the activities that contain participate in their name. And I know I have 3. So I know if I know the activity contain participate, I can type that in, and suddenly it's much easier for me to find out what is it that I'm after. And if the name is too short here, you can always resize all the column here if you want to see all the information you need. And if I'm removing participate here, then we're going back to the big list here. Show me all the information. You can also filter through the resource. So if I only want to see the activities that are required, for example, the ranger coordinator, we have less activity here. And if you also want to see the activities that require the ranger coordinators and, for example, the rangers, there's all the activity there. So you can filter based on who is required for this activity. If I want to remove this, I will click on the 3 dots, and I will click on the cross. I want to remove Bulgar Rangers. I want to remove Bulgar Rangers, and then I'm back here. Let's for the quarter is this filter he is showing you at the moment all the activity that's a less for quarter more than 0. Basically all the things that you haven't done yet or we haven't finished to do yet. If you want to see all the stuff you finished and you maybe did more, you can click on this and go less than 0. And here I have got some activities that I know that complete the Nyquist Ranger questionnaire. I should have done that once. I got one that is complete. 1 plus 1 is 0. That's why it is in this list. If I've done an activity more than what I needed to do it for, so let's say I need to do that 5 times. I've got 3 scheduled, 1 active, 2 complete, that's 6. 5 minus 6 is minus 1. That's why it's there. So this activity is not anymore in the other list when I click on more than 0. And the game of what we're doing when you're planning in advance for a quarter is to get this list here down to 0 before the end of the quarter. So we want to schedule as much as we need, complete, activate all the activities so we know what is it that we haven't done yet. And the last filter is only for the regional coordinator who will have multiple groups that they can see at the same time. That's about the filtering. You cannot break it. Don't worry about it. If you need some more help on this, we can spend some time on this. But that's an overview. The idea is that you want to filter as much as you can to look for what you're after. So the name of the activities. When you have that in the list here, then you can click schedule and you will schedule the activity. We will go through the scheduling in another video that is already available. So that's it for now for the planner.